From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 15th, 2019. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas arrived yesterday in New York City to assume chairmanship today of the G77, a major bloc of developing countries at the United Nations. The Palestinians who have non-member observer status at the UN succeed Egypt in the rotating leadership of the group, which also includes China and another 133 member states who work to promote their economic advancement and impact at the UN. In his remarks at the UN today, Abbas called for a two-state solution with Israel based on the pre-1967 lines, with East Jerusalem as capital. A Jewish Israeli teenager will likely face manslaughter charges this week in the death last year of an Arab Israeli woman. The teen, who attends an extremist right-wing yeshiva in the West Bank, is suspected of throwing a rock at a Palestinian vehicle on October the 12th in the West Bank. It struck 47-year-old Aisha Rabi in the head, killing her. The court agreed to extend the remand of the teen until Sunday to give prosecutors time to submit charges against him. Well, the IDF officially has a new chief of staff. Lieutenant General Aviv Kochavi was sworn in as the 22nd chief of staff today, taking over from Lieutenant General Gadi Eisenkot at a ceremony at the Israeli military headquarters, the Kiryat, in Tel Aviv. Israel's Interior Minister Aryeh Deri announced that a team of Israeli divers will search the Danube for the remains of Holocaust victims. Deri said if the martyrs' bones are found, they will be brought to Israel for burial. Speaking from the Shoes on the Danube Bank Holocaust Memorial in Budapest, Deri said he discussed the matter with his Hungarian counterpart, Sandor Pinter, this week. Thousands of Jews were murdered on the banks of the river by members of the Hungarian Nazi-allied Arrow Cross Party in 1944. Israel's Minister of Energy, Yuval Steinitz, is in Egypt, the first official visit by any Israeli minister to the neighboring country since 2011. Steinitz met with Egyptian Energy Minister Tarek El Molla on increasing cooperation between Israel and Egypt regarding energy and gas exportation, which Steinitz said would begin soon. Steinitz called the meeting the biggest economical cooperation between Israel and Egypt since the signing of the peace treaty. Former IDF commando 70-year-old Amos Danielli is the latest IDF veteran to join Israel's political race. Danielli served alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu when they were both in the elite Sayeret Matkal unit, and he is credited with saving Netanyahu's life during a military operation in 1969. Danielli will now lead the new Lema'anenu, for Our Sake party, a movement with Jewish and Arab members campaigning for social equality. Well, iconic performer Carol Channing has died. Channing, whose mother was Jewish, is most known for her beloved portrayal of Dolly Levi in Hello, Dolly, for which she won a Tony, performing the role 4,500 times. Also for Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and the film Thoroughly Modern Millie, which garnered her an Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe win. Channing's larger-than-life persona, stage presence, and unique voice were legendary. She died today at the age of 97 in California. Bipartisan legislation named for the late Holocaust survivor, author, and Nobel laureate Elie Wiesel was signed into law yesterday. The Elie Wiesel Genocide and Atrocities Prevention Act of 2018 directs the State Department to train Foreign Service officers in preventing and responding to genocide and other atrocities. It was introduced into the House in 2017 by New York Democrat Joe Crowley and Missouri Republican Ann Wagner, and in the Senate by Indiana Republican Todd Young and Maryland Democrat Ben Cardin, who said it is in our national interest to ensure that the United States utilizes the full arsenal of diplomatic, economic, and legal tools to take meaningful action before atrocities occur. Also signed into law yesterday, the Combating European Anti-Semitism Act of 2017, which states that it is in the national interest of the U.S. to combat anti-Semitism at home and abroad. The American Jewish Committee presented its Congressional Leadership Award to Representative Engel. The nonpartisan global advocacy organization presented the award to the Jewish Democrat from New York last night in the city, thanking Engel for advancing U.S. global leadership and for all his efforts for the U.S., for Israel, and for the Jewish people. AJC President John Shapiro told Engel, "In New York, Washington, and around the world, you have been a valued partner in building more just societies." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, January the 15th. At 7 o'clock, NYU grad students discuss their multi-faith group with NYU Rabbi Yehuda Sarna on millennial perspectives. At 8 tonight, it's a special tribute to the late conservative columnist, author, and TV commentator Charles Krauthammer, with Bill Kristol, Rich Lowry, and Matthew Continetti from the 2018 Jewish Leadership Conference on Jews and Conservatism in New York City. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with pioneering feminist Letty Cotton Pogrebin, followed at 10 by a review of Jewish feminism from Limmud, New York. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, it's the ILTV debate program, Frenemies. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 15th, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.